The Indian Ocean is a vital waterway for global commerce. However, this maritime highway faces a persistent threat: piracy. Somali pirates have hijacked vessels and held crews hostage, resulting in billions of dollars in losses. This lawlessness undermines the stability of one of the world's most important trade routes. The rise of Somali piracy is deeply rooted in the country's internal struggles. Somalia has been ravaged by civil war and political instability for decades, creating a vacuum of governance. Impoverished communities lacking viable economic opportunities have turned to piracy as a means of survival. The international community recognized the urgent need to address this growing threat. Shipping companies sought ways to protect their vessels and crews. Enter Blackwater, a private military company with a controversial reputation, offering a seemingly swift and effective solution to the piracy problem. Blackwater, later renamed Academy, is a private military company with a controversial history. Known for its involvement in conflicts like the Iraq War, Blackwater gained notoriety for its aggressive tactics. In the face of escalating piracy in the Indian Ocean, Blackwater saw an opportunity. They positioned themselves as a private security provider, capable of filling the void left by inadequate international naval forces. Blackwater's mission was straightforward: deter and disrupt piracy in the Indian Ocean. They aimed to protect commercial vessels, safeguard their valuable cargo, and ensure the safety of their crews. It was a business decision, capitalizing on a growing demand for maritime security services. Shipping companies, desperate for protection, welcomed their presence. However, human rights groups and legal experts raised concerns about accountability and the potential for excessive use of force. The deployment of Blackwater into this volatile region added another layer of complexity to the already multifaceted challenge of combating piracy. Blackwater's counter-piracy strategy relied on deploying armed security teams on board vessels and providing comprehensive logistical support. The company recruited former soldiers, many with special forces backgrounds, to serve as armed guards on commercial ships. These operatives received specialized training in maritime security, weapons handling, and close-quarters combat. Blackwater's onboard security teams acted as a visible deterrent to potential pirate attacks. Pirates, often armed with light weapons, were less likely to target vessels with a trained and armed security presence. In the event of an attack, Blackwater's operatives were authorized to use force to repel the assailants and protect the ship and its crew. Beyond onboard security, Blackwater provided crucial logistical support to shipping companies. They utilized sophisticated intelligence networks to monitor pirate activity and plan safe routes for client vessels. Blackwater's foray into counter-piracy was not without its successes. The company's presence in the Indian Ocean contributed to a decrease in pirate attacks on vessels under their protection. Their aggressive tactics and visible deterrent measures made them a formidable adversary for Somali pirates. Blackwater's intelligence gathering and route planning capabilities also proved valuable in minimizing risks for shipping companies. However, their operations were mired in controversy, raising ethical and legal questions about the role of private military contractors in maritime security. One of the most significant criticisms was the lack of transparency and accountability in their operations. Reports of excessive use of force, including the killing of unarmed civilians mistaken for pirates, fueled concerns about the company's disregard for human rights. These incidents highlighted the dangers of granting private entities the authority to use lethal force in complex environments. Critics argued that Blackwater's approach, while effective in the short term, failed to address the root causes of piracy. Piracy in Somalia was a symptom of deeper issues: poverty, lack of economic opportunities, and a collapsed state. Blackwater's involvement in counter-piracy operations highlights the evolving landscape of maritime security. The company's successes demonstrate the potential of private military contractors in addressing non-traditional security threats. Their ability to deploy rapidly and operate with flexibility makes them an attractive option for governments and corporations. However, the controversies surrounding Blackwater's actions underscore the need for greater regulation and oversight of the private military industry. The use of lethal force and the potential for human rights abuses by private entities in international waters raise complex legal and ethical questions. The international community must establish clear guidelines and accountability mechanisms. Addressing the root causes of piracy, particularly in regions like Somalia, remains crucial for long-term solutions. This requires a multifaceted approach that goes beyond security measures. Investing in economic development, promoting good governance, and strengthening maritime law enforcement are essential steps towards a more secure maritime environment.